Hey guys, it's Laura from Lightning Cosplay. Today I'm going to show you one of the coolest things we've ever built. CD Projekt asked us to create two of their amazing cyberpunk weapons and they gave us, quite a lot of different options. And of course we instantly decided to build the Mantis Blade because the design is just so amazing. And we also picked another weapon called Achilles, but today we will first show you how we made the Mantis Blade. As always, we didn't have much time and it was super stressful, as always before Gamescom. And I did not manage to film every single step, but I think I managed it to give you an overview of the whole process. So, let's start! CD Projekt provided us super detailed reference pictures and 3D renders. The Mantis Blade is the most complex and detailed prop we've ever built, and Ralph worked 2 weeks only on separating and modifying all the tiny parts to make sure everything fits perfectly together. It was the first time we worked with a resin printer. These printers are just amazing when it comes to super tiny details. But we not only printed all the super tiny parts, we also printed the blade and all the other mechanical parts with resin. And after printing always comes the not so funny process. I started with gluing parts together, and here you can also see we added metal rods to some of the parts for more stability. Then came the sanding and priming process. Luckily, the resin prints are already super clean and this process doesn't take so long like normal. And the blade already started to look awesome. I wanted the skin parts to look like real skin, so I had the idea to make them out of silicone. Ralph 3D modeled and printed a base of the skin plates, and I sculpted the skin on top of it with monster clay. And added a skin texture with these awesome texture stamps. For the hand we also 3D printed a base I could use for sculpting. It was my first time sculpting a hand and it was much more difficult than I thought. The 3D print as base helped me a lot to get the right shape. A hand has so many tiny wrinkles and textures, I did my best to make it look as realistic as possible. We did the exact same process for the arm. It may not look complicated, but it took me a week until I was happy with all the skin parts. Then came the molding process. For the hand and the arm I made a silicone mold out of Rebound 25, my all-time favorite brush on silicone. And also made a shell out of epoxy resin and fiberglass to keep the silicone mold in shape for casting. For the skin plates I made silicone block molds out of Moldstar 30. After all molds were ready, I could start with casting the skin parts with silicone. I added silicone pigments and flockings to the silicone, and then poured it into the molds. The silicone I used is Ecoflex, which is a very soft silicone. There's not much to say here, just enjoy the casting and demolding process. I cleaned up the seams and cut away the excess silicone, and then I was finally done with all the skin parts. The skin already looked super nice, but still kinda dead and fake. To make them look more realistic, I had to paint them. For that, I mixed silicone, thinned it down and added pigments to it. To get a realistic skin effect, you need a lot of different colors. For painting, I used my airbrush. The painting process was quite complex and I worked with a lot of layers. Details like veins make the hand look so much more realistic. When I was done with the skin parts, it was so satisfying to finally see all the parts together. Before I started with painting and weathering all the 3D prints, we tested if everything fits together. Then I started with painting. Here I'm painting the nails. I really love this cute design in combination with this super deadly weapon. Basically, the painting process was just a lot of masking, which can take forever. But it is always super satisfying to remove the masking tape afterwards. I weathered all parts and added tiny details. Some parts were too small and too difficult to reach with spray paint, so I had to paint them with a tiny brush. To complete the look, we added decals with water slide paper. And now enjoy the assembling process. I'm still so impressed how Ralph separated the 3D model and made all parts fit perfectly together. Both props were displayed at Gamescom and they are now at the CD Projekt office. So we will probably never see them again, but I'm very sure they will get a lot of love and attention there. We are super proud that we had the opportunity to build something for Cyberpunk, and I'm just so hyped that I already started working on my next Cyberpunk inspired project. This means more Cyberpunk themed videos are coming soon. And if you don't want to miss that, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and then hopefully see you next time. Bye bye!